So I'd like to talk about that part of the Charter which provides that regulations cannot restrict health freedom. I've spoken earlier about how the federal government doesn't actually have authority to step in and regulate products unless there's a significant risk. I've spoke earlier about how there's an obligation at law to ensure that before a product is taken off of the market, that taking it off of the market is not going to create more risk than any risk of leaving it on the market. If you pull it off of the market and create a larger risk, you could be guilty of criminal negligence. We wanted to make it crystal clear that regulations could not be imposed that have the effect of driving products off of the market where there is not a safety concern. Just because we've seen in other jurisdictions, and we're experiencing in Canada now with the current regulations, a large number of natural health products being driven off of the market because of regulations that are designed for big players that are being imposed on small players. So this section was drafted to make it very clear if the purpose or the effect of a regulation is to drive a natural health product or traditional medicine or treatment device off of the market, that is, restrict our health freedom, that can only be done if that constitutional threshold of significant harm is reached, and if our criminal law threshold is reached, that removing it off of the market isn't going to create more harm than is presented by leaving it on the market. It forces basically a balanced risk analysis. We've also crafted that section in such a way to make it very clear that if a regulation is imposing an undue burden upon a manufacturer or seller or producer, and the regulation actually isn't addressing safety, that it doesn't apply. And that protects against regulations that really are inappropriate in the circumstance and that don't address a safety risk. But I need to be very clear that section would not apply if the regulation actually does address a safety risk. So it's really just it's a valve to protect the regulatory environment from becoming unreasonable, but it does not in any way affect the Ministry of Wellness's mandate to protect safety.